what Bernie has accomplished, what he's done with the conversation.
Changing the discourse.
He's already won. He's got her moving left. He's got people talking about things they never talked about. He's energized young people, which bodes very well for the next 4 years, maybe even for the midterm. I'm telling you, it's a win. What Bernie Sanders is doing is a movement, right? People are ready for a revolution. They were ready for a revolution with Barack Obama. Now they're super ready for it. I think he's already really won already, in a sense. And I think that he's going to win for real going forward. I really do. I can't see how on this, from going forward, how he loses. The next 11 primaries still kind of favor Hillary as far as the demographics in the states, right? But he's polling well in those states too. And then after that, it's all Bernie. I'm Bernie all the way.
I agree with you with the majority of what you said. The only thing that I disagree with is that he was successful in pushing Hillary to the left. He pushed Hillary to the left in terms of what she says during her campaign.
Yeah.
He did not push her to the left when it comes to her core values and what she would do should she get elected, right? It's all fake.
Yeah.
It's all what you want to hear. She sees exactly what made Bernie successful, and she's regurgitating the same thing, but it's not sincere. I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's a copyright violation. It's almost as if she's regurgitating what he said word for word.
Well, let me build on that and get to something I meant to get to earlier in our live coverage. Hillary Clinton, right before Super Tuesday, pivoted from attacking Bernie Sanders to attacking the Republicans. Because she thought, I got this wrapped up.
That's right.
Okay, so I read several articles about that in the last couple of days. Number one, here we go again with the hubris. She can't help herself. If you have over $100 million and you've been in power for 20 years, maybe you're right to be arrogant. You think well, all we do is win. Although you lost in 2008 and you would think that you would learn, but you can't learn, right? The minute she had a slight advantage, she's like, oh, on to the Republicans, now that I've dismissed Bernie Sanders, right? And so, that attitude is terribly damaging to her chance of winning. But if she does win, you know what happened? It's fascinating. I read about it in the Washington Post today. She stopped talking about guns. She was talking about guns because she's more liberal than Bernie Sanders on guns. She has a better record on guns, on gun control. But if you're going up in a general election, she doesn't want to be liberal on guns. You see that? So, no, she doesn't have any core principles.
I just saw an article that said she already has a meeting set up with the NRA people.
Is that right?
I saw it today.
So, you know what that goes to show you? Anna's absolutely right. All this moving to the left in the primary, it's just a facade. She didn't move anywhere. It's all in appearance. She moved the curtain to the left. And she's going to move it back to the right in the general election because she thinks that's the clever way of running politics. That's what everybody in Washington believes. In fact, the pundits will applaud her. They'll say, oh, brilliant move. See, that's what you do. You go left during the primary, you lie to people, and then you go right during the general election and you lie to people more. Who are you? Who cares? We don't care. As long as you keep the system exactly as you are, as it is now, kudos to you. Mm-hmm. So, for example, one of the things that Adam Green and the PCCC and other progressive groups and Bernie Sanders did a great job of is finally getting Hillary Clinton to say not that she would just protect Social Security, although Bill Clinton has been talking about the need to reform it for a long time with Pete Peterson, who's been on the warpath to cut Social Security. And they've done joint appearances, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But they finally got Hillary Clinton to move to let's add to Social Security. So it's a major victory to get her to say that. Is she going to add to Social Security if she's a president?
No.
No way. I will bet you any amount of money. You mark it down, you chisel it in granite, stone. She would never increase Social Security. The best you could hope for is to hold the line, which is the minimum a Democrat should do.
And even on the guns thing, look, when they were having their back and forth at every debate for about 4 debates worth, she would bring up 2 things over and over to then generalize to she's more liberal on guns. So he voted to allow you to pack a rifle and a bag on a train or something like that. Okay, I would prefer to have fewer guns on trains, I suppose. And she's in favor of removing the liability for the gun manufacturers, which I understand the end result of that. The idea of what the end result of that would be is something good, is that then you would have lawsuits against them and bankrupt them, and that would be amazing. Although when you actually break down realistically, logically, if that makes sense, if you can attribute responsibility, I mean, maybe you can say the end justifies the means, and the ends are more liberal, but those are two shady reasons to say, fuck every other vote, she's more liberal on guns on everything. And she might be overall, but the evidence that's been provided, I don't think is a slam dunk case. I don't think he should have conceded in the way that he did.
You know, it's a wonderful thing to have a mind of your own. Because if we were like everybody else, we just go along with what the media was saying, be like, oh, it was a big win for Hillary tonight.
Oh.
You know? And God, it's so great that we don't have to rely on them.
Yes.
I think we also got accidentally lucky that we didn't base a show in Washington. We easily could have, right? And if we'd done that, first of all, a lot of the people here wouldn't be here, and that would be a goddamn shame, right? But secondly, we'd be in the bubble. And you don't know how much that bubble affects you if you live it and breathe it every day. So thank God we're outside that bubble.